Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Albert Einstein said that. Is imagination merely child's play? Today, I'm going to share my thoughts with you, and I'm going to share with you why imagination is so important. Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to or watching the Manifest on Purpose show. I am the host of that show, Kimberly. I welcome you. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. And if not, we're going to try to get you there because at the end of this video, there's going to be an imagination technique that I'll ask you to join me in. Thank you so much for sharing your time, space, and energy with me today. Thank you for all of those you've invited. And thank you for subscribing here and on the website at kimberly.com. That is KIMBALEY.com. And you know how I feel about you. The God in me loves the God in you. We're going to jump into this imagination thing because this is by far one of my favorite topics in manifestation. I'm going to tell you why today, but let's get into our astronumerology forecast for today that is brought to you by astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. It is Monday, October the 28th. The sun is in Scorpio. The moon is in Virgo. It's a 9 universal month, a 4 universal week, a 1 universal day. Whatever you do or don't do today may have a way of sticking around for the balance of October, leading into the brand new month ahead. And in a way, the timing is perfect because the energy of November will set the tone to put your best foot forward to decide what's in your best interest alone without the approval or the opinions of others. In the meantime, this 24-hour cycle suggests not taking advice if you're seeking serious counsel from someone who is not qualified in that way, shape, or form. If they themselves don't have the proper credentials or experience to back it up, not unless, of course, astronumerically speaking, a Leo, Aquarius, Aries, and those born on the 1st, 4th, 10th, 13th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, and 31st of the month. Once again, that is our astronumerology forecast brought to you today by astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. Get your forecast every day. Go to a star 8, ASTAR, the number 8.com to download the app, or you can also get it on Google Play, the App Store, or at linktr.ee/numbersanyou. Speaking of this new year coming ahead, we are entering 2025. And 2025 means a whole new frequency for us. 2025 is the year of the 9. It's all about transformation. How are you going to transform next year? And how are you going to get where you want to be? Make sure that you get your astronumerology forecast for the year so that you can navigate through this year like a pro. You'll get to know what your monthly cycles will be, and what you should expect during those cycles. This will help you build your strategy. This will help you grow. And you can also get your personal report and your compatibility report. If you want to get deeper into the weeds of who you really are, know more about you, when are the best times for you to plan things, make sure that you book your personal astronumerology consultation. And you can do all of that at Kimberly, KIMBALEY.com. I'm inviting you to join me on Wednesday, January the 1st, 2025. We're going to bring 2025, the year of the nine, in the right way. We're going to manifest 2025 on purpose in the 2025 Vision Board Mastery. In this workshop, you will learn the power of creative visualization. You will learn visualization tips. You will learn how to create your vision board, and you'll get to show and prove by creating your own vision board and sharing it with the like-minded people that will also be in attendance. And at the end, we're going to close this out with a guided visualization activity to help you plant the seeds for 2025. And you can use the QR code right at the bottom of the flyer, or go to kimberly.com, KIMBALEY.com, to make sure that you get your seat. Now, let's get back to the show. During my school days, I had a very strong opinion about, of all things, bullies. I did not like them at all. And I felt so bad for the people that got bullied. And a part of this is there have been times that I had been teased and bullied in school before, in my earlier years. And so when I saw it happening to others, it really tugged at me. And sometimes there was some people that got teased so much that I would almost be in tears myself to have to watch them go through that. There seemed to be people at school that always got teased more than the others. These were usually the quiet people, the ones that generally stayed to their self. And I guess the bullies found them to be an easy target. Sometimes I began to gravitate towards these people because I felt bad for them and what they were going through. I would even stand up for some of these people from time to time to help them out and be there during times of despair to help comfort them and all of that. But the young lady that I'm going to tell you about today is one that I will never forget. Her name was Sara. And Sara was just like any of these other people. She was very quiet. She stayed to herself. The thing about Sara, and the reason why they teased her, is because often you would see her talking as if someone was there, but you couldn't see anyone physically there. And at this time, this was during junior high school. One time she was sitting on the bleachers in the gym, and I was sitting near her. Sara fell from the top of the bleachers all the way down to the floor. And I looked in disbelief and shocked because I'm like, what's going on? I didn't see anybody close enough to push her or whatever. So, of course, I ran to her aid to see what was going on. And she had a few tears in her eyes. And then the bullies come up just as I'm trying to assist Sara back to her feet. And I asked her, is everything okay? What happened? And Sara said that Jody, her imaginary friend, told her to jump off the bleachers. Now, that was all these bullies had to hear Sara say, because they started in on her. And from that day on, they always tease Sara about having an imaginary friend. And let me just repeat this part. This was in junior high school. I felt so bad about Sarah, and the situation was so sad. She ended up moving away with her family. I don't know what kind of problems they were having. I don't know if she was struggling or going through anything, but during the time when she fell and these bullies began to tease her after she heard what she said, I kind of ran the bullies off and just talked to her and comforted her and got her some help, got her a teacher or the principal or somebody to come in and assist her at that moment to see what was happening, because apparently that was above my level. I didn't know what was going on there. This happened to a lot of children. Once a child becomes approximately 7+ years old, the programming that they have received from their family, their education system, their peers, media, or whatever has kicked in almost full blown. But before that, before the age of 7, the imagination is very strong for a child. Children are good at finding things to play with. S- Children never get bored. I know when Christmas time used to come and some of the children would get toys, all these fancy toys and stuff. They rather get a broom and play with the broom, especially the toddlers and stuff, because they use their imagination. And once they reach a certain age, children are usually told that imagination is child's play. Really, imagination is important to all of us. We all have the ability to imagine. We all are at some point in our lives imagining something. But because we were taught, because of the programming that imagination is child's play, those things imagined are placed on the back burner. They're disregarded because they feel like it's a game that's being played. The imagination is not child's play. The hippocampus is a region in the brain that helps form memories and recalls those memories. The hippocampus also can create scenes. It can help you put the pieces of the puzzle together for those memories. It also helps you connect those scenes that's been created to future events. And the hippocampus is also connected to the brain's emotional processing center. This means that your emotions play a definite role in your imagination. So make sure that when you're imagining that you are using your emotions, because the hippocampus is connected to that emotional center in the brain. So what the imagination does is it bridges the gap between your memories and your imagination. Imagination also helps you problem solve. You heard me quote Einstein at the beginning. A lot of people know Albert Einstein as a genius. And the thing that was so genius about Albert Einstein is when you think about these theories that he created, some of these theories came through using his imagination. And there's actually research that discusses this. So it's not like he was studying and researching in the books. I'm sure he was doing some of that. But a lot of this stuff, he was using his imagination to come up with some of his theories. So you can use your imagination for problem solving. There could be something on your mind that has been weighing heavily on you for a while and you just can't figure out how to get over that hurdle. But if you sit down with yourself for a minute, this is why I always express sit down with yourself. And when I say sit down with yourself, I'm not just saying sit there and watch TV. I'm not just saying you have to sit there and be in meditation. It can work. And I'm not just saying that, just sit around other people, just sit and just listen and pay attention to what's going on around you. And that way you can allow these things to come into you because Albert Einstein talked about imagination, but he also said he tapped into his intuitive side. And you can't tap into those sides of yourself without you being focused, without you being in concentration. So, this is what this is why I often say, don't be distracted because there's something that you may be working on that there's an imaginative solution just sitting in you, waiting for you to bring it out. And another thing that imagination does, which is extremely important to manifestations, is it helps you create neural pathways. And I like to look at this as saying it's creating new patterns in you. It's making you think about things in a different way, especially if you're imagining on a repetitive basis and it's the same imagination over and over again. You will go from disbelief to belief if you continue to play that same imagination over and over again. And that way, whatever that imagination will pass through that reticular activating system that we talked about, the filter for the subconscious mind, and go on to create these pathways and go on to create that reality for you. Imagination is a way for you to tap into that. Imagination is something that is so easy to do. Children do it best. Now, if the children can do it, you got this. And a lot of times you're imagining stuff, but you may be imagining the wrong stuff. Just think about it. Whenever you worry about something, you're focused on what will happen, which has not even happened yet, but you're continuing to imagine what could happen. So when you continue to imagine what could happen, you're creating that neural pathway. And once you create that neural pathway for it to happen, it will begin to happen. It will play out in your reality. Let me give you another example of this. This is a personal example. Because my grandmother worked at school growing up, we were able to get the textbooks with the teacher editions, and we used it to use our imagination to play school. And one that I vividly remember is because this one really helped me in real life was I was always the teacher first. Let me put that out there. I was always the teacher. And one of the books that I taught from was a human anatomy book. So I would teach this to my younger cousins and siblings, and it was a lot of fun. And people probably would have looked at it then as child's play. However, when I got to college, I had a class that everyone felt like was the hardest class to take, and that was the human anatomy class. But for some reason, I already knew this information, and not just for any reason. I'm just going to say thanks to my hippocampus for the memory recall and the repetition, making it move on to create stronger neural pathways, these things were normal. I aced this class and had no issues with it. A lot of people were struggling, needing tutors and all of that, but I got through the class in flying colors. So I just wanted to let you know that this stuff works, and especially if you use it in repetition. So make sure that you are imagining, and make sure that you are using repetition when you imagine. And also make sure the things that you're imagining are the things that you desire to happen in your reality. So, moving on from that, I'm going to go through a visualization guided portion. The way that I have chosen to do this is to just go through the script and let you imagine. I'm going to turn off my camera as I do the script. If you're driving, this is not the time to try this imagination exercise. I need you to put your imagination hat on if you are able to do it, if you're able to be distraction free, and if you are able to do it in a safe location. Your safety is key to me. So, in just a moment, you'll hear the sound of my voice. What you're going to do in this guided imagination exercise is you're going to imagine your ideal day. This is perfect to do in the morning, and use it as many times in the morning as you would like to. Remember how important repetition is. Let's begin by closing your eyes and taking a deep, calming breath. Feel your body settle into stillness, letting go of any tension or thoughts. Allow your breath to guide you to a state of calm. Now visualize yourself waking up in the morning in your ideal life. Picture the room around you. Notice the details. The light streaming in through the windows, the colors, the textures, and how the space feels peaceful and perfectly yours. You feel rested, full of energy, and deeply grateful for this beautiful day. Imagine the first moments after you wake up. You stretch, feel the comfort of your surroundings, and a sense of excitement builds within you. Today is another day to manifest on purpose, aligned with your highest vision. Now get up and walk through your home. Picture every room reflecting your personal taste and your ideal lifestyle. The air feels light, and each corner radiates warmth and abundance. Notice how peaceful and inspiring your space is. Take a moment to feel the gratitude in your heart as you walk. Next, visualize the activities in your morning routine. Picture yourself engaging in practices that nourish you, whether it's meditation, yoga, journaling, or even enjoying a nutritious breakfast. You feel healthy, balanced, and deeply connected to your purpose. Each action feels fulfilling, setting the tone for a vibrant day ahead. Imagine now stepping into your day with ease and purpose. Envision the people you'll connect with, the fulfilling work or experience awaiting you. Notice the flow of joy, abundance, and gratitude as you go about your day. You're doing what you love with people who support and inspire you. You feel a sense of deep satisfaction and peace in your heart. You are living in alignment with your true self, manifesting your ideal life on purpose, moment by moment. Hold on to this feeling of joy, abundance, and purpose as you begin to bring your awareness back. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and gently exhale, bringing yourself back to the present moment. Slowly open your eyes, carrying with you the inspiration and energy of your ideal life. This concludes the imagination exercise. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.